Leo or Leo cross-watcher, this message is for you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. You can also reverse this if you need to. Alright, I had a dream for you guys. I love when I get dreams. It's not like for every sign, but I never know which sign I'm going to get it for, but I got another one for you guys. And here's what I'm thinking is going on. Remember, this probably won't be everybody's story, but I mean, hell, you never know. It could resonate at a different time. There is an individual here that really is, their intention at least, unless it's you, is to show up for somebody. And in the like term of showing up, like, I'm going to show up for you. I'm really going to show up for you. I'm going to make sure that I show my full love and support for you. I'm going to make sure that I let you know that I have your back, that I'm on your team, I'm on your side. I ride for you, I'm hearing. I'm going to stay down and ride for you, baby. Do you remember that, it was like a group that Puff Daddy created called Danity Kane back in the day? They had a song called Ride For You. Maybe that's super specific for somebody here. Y'all could have liked Danity Kane, or Aubrey was one of the lead singers. But yeah, I'm gonna show up for you. So someone could actually show up if they know where you are, but show up for you. Now let me talk about my dream. So you and another individual, it's like y'all have been on different timelines this entire time. You either know this person or it's a complete stranger that you will meet in the near future, and y'all have just been, it's just not been the right time yet. But it is absolutely right around the corner because I dreamt of it. Okay, here's what happened. So I was almost in, do you remember this place back in the day? It was called Discovery Zone, I believe, and they had like all these tunnels. It was like a big place, kind of. Now they have like bouncy house places and jump places for kids, but back in the day they had a lot of tunnels, and I don't know, I love Discovery Zone. I'll never forget, that was like such a great memory from my childhood. And that was kind of what happened in my dream last night. Again, there were these tunnels, and it seemed more on the spiritual realm though. Like I was on a different realm than this person. Okay, a lot of you, I think you're going to know who this is though. I don't know how you know them and how well you know them, but you know of them, okay? And I say that because I knew the person in my dream. I've known them in the past. So I go down this tunnel, and it's like a slide, kind of like I slid down the tunnel, and I get to this one area, and it's like every time I would get off in an area, there would be something different I would see. And the only one that really stood out to me was I ended up in a classroom in one. And there was like this art teacher. It was almost like an art class, and she was teaching these little kids how to paint. It reminded me of that place you can go called Sips and Strokes. If you guys heard of it, you should look it up. If I remember, I'll put it in the comment section, where you can paint. You know, you watch this instructor in front of the class and they paint something on a screen, and then basically you just kind of paint what they're painting, and at the end you look at everybody's, and everybody's interpretation is so different, right? And so all these little kids were listening to this lady. She had her hair up kind of messy, and she was like the cutest little art teacher ever. And on the easel that she was painting on was all these Crayola crayons, and they were all just kind of laying, she was painting Crayola crayons, not painting with Crayola crayons. And they were just kind of like randomly laid. It was simple art, but I thought it was really cute. And the kids, I saw them all with their little easels, and they're like sitting with their legs crossed on the ground and just painting. It was so adorable. And I was just walking through the classroom observing every bit of art. And, you know, I was the only adult in there, and they never acknowledged my existence. So it was like I hopped a timeline. Like I legit went into someone's classroom, and it felt like it was real. Like it was going on at the same time, probably somewhere around the world where it was during the day, right? And I'm like, this is absolute, I'm gonna shit if somebody writes me in the comments and says, yeah, I'm in this country and I just did that in my class. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna shit. I'll literally probably physically shit myself. TMI, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, come on now, that's some crazy shit. So anyway, yeah, that happened, and then I hop back in a tunnel, and I'm in a different tunnel now, and at this point, I'm aware that this person shows up, right? And I can see them as if I were like in a McDonald's play place tunnel, and let's say there's two tunnels beside each other, and then the bubble in the middle, and I'm about to go down this tunnel slide, and this person's about to go down this tunnel slide, and it's like almost as if they're telepathically sending me a message without verbally saying it, like, hey, meet me when we reach the end, meet me on my side. And I'm gonna be like, okay, right? Like I kind of agreed to like run into this person in a different realm, okay? But I never do. I never do. It's like we always miss each other. I see him again and we're looking at each other and he's like, hey, oh, I want you to meet up with me, you know? And I'm like, I'm trying, but like I always go out this tunnel and I end up here, and I don't know where you go, but I mean, why don't you try to hop onto my timeline? Because like, now that's a crazy dream, isn't it? Because it's very much real. So this person on the outside of you feels like the two of you have just been on different timelines. It's never quite been the right time for you guys, but something inside of them is like, I know for a fact I was meant to meet you in this life. I just know for a fact I was, no matter what has occurred in your life, my life, or the both of ours together, if there was any kind of history, I still feel like it's not over. But why can't we ever sync up? Why do we never sync up? And that's really hurt somebody here. It's really hurting them. It's like they are searching and searching and searching and they can't find you. Like they can see you, they can definitely see you somehow. They are alive with you on this planet right now still, but they can never reach you emotionally, mentally, physically. It's like you're always on different pages, you're always in different tunnels. You're spiritually here, they're spiritually there, and they try, you know, but no sooner do they try to reach up to you, you elevate again, something like that. You go somewhere else, you do something else, you're very different, you change constantly, and they're not trying to stop you. That was something I did take note of. This isn't someone who's trying to stop you. The mill is passing. But meanwhile, while they are starting to come to the conclusion that, hey, I don't know if I'm ever going to reach you while we're on this planet, but I want you to know I really support you. I don't think I knew how to show this type of support in my life before for someone, or if I even found someone really truly worth supporting the way that I do you. And maybe even someone's realizing that if they have supported others, wow, why have I? Because they're almost comparing them to you in a way, like, wow, you've just leaped so many timelines and you've just surpassed so many people that they know personally aside from you, and it's just miraculous is the word I'm using now. Miraculous. That's how I hear it. And if in the case you never cross paths and you never quite reach each other, this person is saying, I'm willing to let you go spiritually, mentally, emotionally, everything. If I have to, because at this point it seems I have no choice. I want you to know I support you in whatever you choose in life, and may every corner you turn lead you closer home, whatever home is to you. It's someone beautiful who doesn't have selfish intentions for you. They'd hoped your paths crossed again, but they're basically saying, I surrender to the process, you know? I don't think our paths will cross again. And at this point, I mean, I see you. I can see you in the tunnel. I can feel you still. I can tell when you're reaching out to me spiritually, dream state even. I can tell that you've dreamt about me. But for some reason, it just isn't quite right. Maybe this isn't the lifetime that we're meant to reconnect. I don't know, but I'm going to surrender. Now, this doesn't mean that you and this person will not actually reconnect. Sometimes when you surrender to things, you actually, boop, you end up in the same place, right? When you give in, not necessarily give up, but give in to life. Sometimes it'll have a funny little way of surprising you. You know what I mean? Someone may actually end up surprising you here. They may actually end up landing in the same spot that you do, somehow, somewhere, some way. And I don't know, there's got to be a reason I'm getting this message out, right? Now, this doesn't have to be a male, right? In my dream, it was a male. This could be a female who's giving this message to another female, or a female who's giving this message to a male and saying this, like, we're somehow connected. I know that we are. I am well aware, and we are powerfully connected. I mean, I knew it the first time that I looked at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely, eye contact is very important here, because we made eye contact like crazy every single time. It's something about our eyes, like the way that we look at each other and the way that we can like know what each other is thinking without saying it, you know? It was like that. But this individual is like, I can't hold on anymore. I can't look for you every stop I get off. I can't wait for you and look back and hope that you somehow just show up, or that I show up, and that because we're never quite able to be together. We're never quite able to just connect the way that we both kind of want. And for some reason, it just almost feels like at this point, it's hard not to think that maybe we're just like not meant to be, or we're not meant to connect if it's not romantic, you know? But I don't want to put that negative connotation on it, so I will say this, and I will leave you with this, is what this person is saying, right? Or what you're saying if this is you. I don't want to say we're not meant to be, but I want to say that I surrender to the fact that it hasn't happened yet, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with releasing all expectations. I'm okay with, when I slide down this next tunnel, getting off and not looking for you and seeing if you're going to be there, if you're going to be following close behind me, or if you're going to be already landed and I just run into you. I'm going to just focus on why I'm there. Why is it I landed in this particular room, this particular reality, and I'm going to go about my life. And if in the fact or case that we see each other again, I will be most pleased. It's beautiful. It reminds me of someone here who, I mean, this could be actually someone's story, but it doesn't have to be. It reminds me of when people really want to have a child. They really want to have a child. They want to so bad, and they just can't for whatever reason. Or maybe they want to have another child, or have their family together, have a family, period. And for some reason, it just feels like it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. And then you completely surrender, like you give up on it completely. And it's painful, you know? It's fucking painful, and it's emotional, and absolutely gut-wrenching, especially when it's something your heart really wants, right? Or really feels like, no, I feel like I'm meant to be a mom. I feel like I'm meant to be a dad. I feel like I'm really meant to. And then you finally surrender to it, and somehow, some way, it surprises you in the end. Some of you could be in for a really big surprise. Like, I'm hearing the surprise of your life. Now, I'm trying to tie in the children here. Well, it could have something to do with children, guys. Or parents. Either one. It has to have something to do with it. And then the colors had to be specific here. The easel, art, the teacher, you know, and the fact that they were all sitting on the ground. It's almost like when both individuals are grounded and are in a good place, are in a place where they are balanced and comfortable, they can create whatever reality they want, really. Wow. I kind of got lost on this. I totally got lost on this. And that's kind of how it's felt, you know, it's almost like the two of you have been lost, like maybe actually lost in your own individual lives, or at least felt as if you both were at different times, you know, separate from each other. But were you? Or did you just have certain classes you had to take in life, and certain lessons you had to take in life and learn, and so therefore it wasn't quite time, you know? One of you could have been on like spiritually freshman level, and the other could have been on a senior level spiritually, you know what I mean? And so you couldn't take each other's classes, because it's like, I mean, sometimes you can, sometimes people graduate early, but that wasn't y'all's case, was it? Y'all took the hard lifetime this time. Y'all took the hard time. Oh boy, do I relate to that shit. I feel like I'm like, did I really, you know, did I? Like, wow. This is why sometimes, like, I used to believe this, And this is not to like bash anyone who does believe this, okay? Because I used to believe it too after I studied. Sometimes though, study and you can get a little lost in it, and it's like, well, someone had to think of it first. But when you hear people say, you chose this life, like you chose, before you incarnated here, you chose this path. But the reason I don't believe that anymore is because I don't think that's true. I don't see how it can be true entirely, if at all. Only because, with all due respect, seriously, because I'm still discovering things myself, so what do I know? You know? But, I mean, I think about that poor girl that was just abused awfully by her stepdad, that current case in Florida, and just had her 13th birthday, and she had nowhere to turn, no one, and just lost her life due to a very sick individual who she should have trusted, and not just that individual, but the other ones involved too, basically. I mean, there's no way they didn't turn a blind eye to it. It's just, I have a hard time believing that she chose that. Any child that is harmed, people who are brutally abused, I have a hard time believing that they, like, on the in another realm, were like, yeah, when I come to Earth, I would love that to happen to me. I definitely, like, I just don't see that. I can't believe that anymore. So, I mean, again, I want to be respectful of people's beliefs, though, and why, you know, maybe it makes sense, and I'm just seeing it from the wrong perspective. I don't know, but I don't know why you and this person chose to take the path you have on this earth. I don't know also, and believe that you possibly even chose y'all's paths to be this way in another realm before y'all incarnated here. All I know is that it's just what's happened while you've been here, and it's taught you both a lot. And you both have significantly grown and come a long, long way. I'm hearing it's just one of life's little mysteries. I don't know, guys. Boy, you and Cancer's message is so, so intense, so deep. And why am I bringing that up? I don't know, unless you're a Cancer cusper, or the person you're watching for is, or something like that, or maybe you're just drawn to watch this message and there's no connection at all to Leo, Cancer, anybody, but maybe you should watch the Cancer message, and maybe that's the other individual who's in the tunnel with you, and maybe that's why the two of you have never connected. Again, why you just can't land in the same spot. I don't really know. Maybe they're your teacher. Maybe on this planet they have been your teacher, or you have been theirs. I don't know. Either way, this is a beautiful message. And I love you guys very much. Thank you for being here with me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.